Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is somebody I've been lucky to have caught live frequently lately, actually. This is Dawn Southern Finds Dawn. She's been a friend for as long as I can remember. It might as well be 2 years if it's not 3 already. This creator is now over 600 subscribers, monetized, lots of ways to support them when we get to their channel. And they have a lot of guests on their channel that join them for StreamYard panels where they are discussing different types of creations and have the conversations go anywhere, once they get started. But these creators seem to be live. Yeah, I wonder if it's not quite daily, but it's several times a week. Like I said, I've been catching them frequently lately, and they've been sending us friends over as well, which I appreciate. They've been doing that for a very long time. When we get into shorts, this creator has gotten started with almost a dozen shorts ready to go at 400 and 500 views. As they post more and more, we know those will continue to grow. And then the rest of the videos on the channel feature a lot of variety. So I see that they've got a couple of newer ones. I'm just going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put this into a special playlist I have. I call it my catch-up playlist. It's a funny name for a playlist that I use to keep or get caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Dawn Southern Finds Dawn. Like I said, she's been a dear friend to us for as long as I can remember, but they always have a great time. Another example of what I describe as a dynamic creator. She's got a lot of friends who are, have personalities much the same. And what I mean by that, dynamic personalities, where somebody's got an instinctive confidence on camera. And, these people, the conversation always just flows whenever we're over there. But I wanted to recognize this channel because, like I said, they've been they always do a really nice job of shouting us out when I happen to make it into their live streams and this and that. But they gave us a new friend the other day. Susie Woozy is somebody who's been incredibly supportive ever since walking right in the door here in Superchat, and I appreciate that. They're together a lot of the time. I'm getting a few names onto our into queue right now. Let's get John H. Shelton, the vlogging life, onto the screen. He's from the UK. He's another friend. He's actually been with us probably 4 years by now. And then, yeah, I gotta move my webcam. Thank you, Butler Family Farm. I hooked up a new webcam. That's why we were late today. It worked an hour ago. It didn't work when I was setting up the stream, of course. So, I laugh with friends like Two Pineapples and other creators that we talk to about some of the technical things where I don't know why it worked yesterday, but it doesn't want to work today. So I had to delay for a second there. I'll move that. I don't like when it's kind of like right in your face like that. You needed another foot back or something. But this is actually an inexpensive webcam. This is a Logitech C270, and it does the job for sure. But it is $30 Canadian, I think, at the most. I've had it a long time as a backup, but I've been struggling with some lighting ever since I moved things around. But you'll see the green screen is fairly clear, looks much better, than it has for the last couple of weeks. So I'm still getting my ducks in a row over here. Creatures of the Maroon Lagoon, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. They make stuff and such, they say. It's good to have you here for what I believe is the first time. Hopefully I'm not missing any brand new channels as well. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Oh, pardon me. We got quite a bit of action in the chat, so thank you, everyone. I'm trying to catch up here. Rambling with the Brooms is going to come up right away. I put John H. Shelton, the vlogging life, on the screen right away. I'm going to do some more introductions in a quick second. We've got an overwhelming beginning here, which is great. So thank you everybody for that. Izzy Scott is gifting a membership. Don Southern Finds Don dropped a super chat as well. Thank you for all of this extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary. Always appreciated. Here in the Tuber Chat streams, you do not have to super chat. You do not have to be a member to get your channel on the wheel or on the screen. But we do let those creators that donate in that way skip the line, and I say it a million times through the stream, but it is never necessary here. The Stock Explorer is also dropping a super chat, so thank you for that. And we were laughing about this the other day because I mentioned the idea of pizza. Pizza with all the toppings, yes, for sure, because I always load my pizza. I like pepperoni just as much as anybody else. I'll eat almost anything on a pizza that is traditional, let's say, but mine always has pepperoni, mushroom, tomato, green onion, and pepper. 5 toppings every single time. As a matter of fact, when I call the pizza places to order, I say I need a large 5 toppings or an extra large 5 toppings, and they know exactly who it is as soon as I say that. And that, makes it a little bit easier, let's just say. I see PK Adventure Travels is in the house. Ryan is here. I Am Betty J Gathers is also here. I'm going to put them on the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And I will spin the wheel soon. And then over the course of the stream, which should be 3 hours, I will occasionally add names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation during that time, if that makes any sense. Hilda DC, my dear friend, is here as well. Lots of moderators in the chat, so thank you everybody for coming in. And I've got quite a few more names on the wheel, so moderators, of course, are added right away. Scratch and PPA and Michael's Adventures are always up there at the top. Canadian Family Life, I Am Betty J Gathers with Hilda DC and Rambling with the Brooms are there. Butler Family Farm and Bell's Whisper Farmstead were early in the door. Izzy Ska, we're going to see in a few minutes here. Tampa Creek Homestead and more. And then PK Adventure Travels is in the house. I think I saw Elisa's Adventures in Cruising coming out. The Pizza Fund is growing. Thank you, everybody. Like I said, absolutely unnecessary. Appreciated when these kind of things do happen. Greenland Quilter, Katie. All these creators have done this kind of thing before. So we'll get you right up after the Stock Explorer. Yes, Elisa's Adventures in Cruising is going to be added to the wheel right this second. We're going to talk about John H. Shelton's content in a quick second here. Campbell's Creations Learning to Quilt is in the house. Lucky Star Slots and Leonica are both here. Crafty Witch 232 is coming in. I just watched a video where they were showing us all kinds of 3D printed stuff, which I'm still fascinated by. Create and Relate is here. I know we had a couple new channels, so forgive me if I missed you. Junior Saudi, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Please correct me if I'm mispronouncing that, and then I'll fix that up. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More has been with us since the beginning, over 4 years now. CGU, Cinematic Gaming Universe, I just watched a gameplay video from them this morning. Life Unscripted with KC, it's good to have you back in the chat. New Devils Gaming is here. New Horizons Above and Beyond is here with us just about every day. Yellow Shirt Dad, that's Gene. He brings us the joke of the day. He's back with us. Trekking with Deb and Mike, good to see you in the house. And, again, hopefully I'm not missing anyone. Boy, do we have quite a lineup. Now, hopefully, I'm not missing any of that activity in the chat. I'm just double checking, so forgive me while I delay before we get started here. But I'm going to put up Rambling with the Brooms in another moment here. He dropped a super chat. Izzy Scott gifted a membership. Don Southern Finds dropped a super chat in the Stock Explorer, and Greenland Quilter Katie did the same thing. So thank you for all of that extra generous support, and we'll get moving through channels now. I had to move our 800th episode, by the way. Yes, today is 797 times we've done this in the last 4.5 years. And where I'm very excited about episode 800, and I had to move it a week away. So what will happen, there'll be like a week break in between, our 799th episode and when we get around, because I already told everybody it was going to be on a Sunday, so I really don't want to disappoint anybody by moving the day of the week around, but I have some family obligations that I'm going to attend to. All for good reason on the week of next weekend, let's say. I think that's right. and then we will be here for episode 800. We always do something special for those 100 milestones, and so I hope everybody will set reminders for that. And then, yeah, Commander Vlogs, actually, who everybody knows here as a longtime dear friend of ours, is also the creator behind Social Media Grow Show. He's been doing this for about 4 years as well. And he's a longtime dear friend. And he said it the other day. He was talking about my channel on his, and he was like, "You did the same thing for 4 years?" And I'm like, yes, it's almost the same thumbnail for all of that time, so everybody can recognize it. Marketplace Boutique is in the house. Good to see you here. And Fairbrick Studio is also in the house. Again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody, but boy, are we just flying today. John H. Shelton, The Vlogging Life, comes to us from the UK. This is a creator who I think of more like a filmmaker. There's a lot of art behind this channel, and in this creator's personality, they bring us music, they bring us poetry, they bring us script, and then they bring us stories that they tell themselves. A lot of reviews. They're a huge Godzilla fanatic, and they bring us a variety in all these different types of content. I see they got quite a few videos over the last couple weeks. I'm going to take the longer one of the last 3, and I'm going to put that into that playlist I keep talking about, my catch-up playlist. That'll give me a chance to watch another piece of content. Every minute matters. Even after we're monetized, we want to hold up those watch hours, so I'll keep that in mind while I go through that 8-minute video there. And then for anybody brand new, of course, our instructions are always in our video description. Those are the minimums that we talk about when connecting with creators. If you're watching a 3-minute video from beginning to end, that's definitely enough. But my recommendation is to watch something a little bit longer, or even go through 2 or 3 videos like you see me do here and when I'm out in other creators, premieres, and live streams. Cruz Bolero is here. Yarn Again is about to be added onto the wheel. Lewis Acre Farm Karma was put on. Hobbytown Chili and Koi is also there. And hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody. When we look at shorts on John H. Shelton's channel, we see that he's done really well. Let me show you something cool, and forgive me for hijacking his speech here. But he's got a Godzilla Funko Pop figure, and I want to show you one of the coolest things that I got for Christmas this year. My sister got a special custom Funko. And if you can see that very well, you can make these of yourself. She even managed to gray out the hair in my goatee there, which is pretty cool. And the glasses pretty much match and everything else. But I noticed that Pop Funko figure here. And we have a lot of creators that do either Funko channels or collect some of those. My sister has an unreasonable amount of them. Then when we have more shorts and we look at the popular ones, 1,100, 1,400, 1,700 views on a few of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. Up to about a year ago, John H. Shelton was doing these frequently. He did one 6 months ago. We'll see if he's going to bring these back, and he's working on 1,600 subscribers, so we'd love to push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. Thank you again, John H. Shelton, for another super chat. He's done that countless times before, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Serdank for Jesus comes to us from Handicapped Travelers. I just watched one of their videos this morning. They did a product review for some pest control. I was happy to see that because I didn't know that kind of thing existed, actually. And then, like I said, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Ashley Anthony 20, good to see you here. I can't do anything but laugh. We're unbelievably busy right now, which is great. It's always busy here, but today's overwhelming. And then Just Jason Keto and More is in the house as a member and a moderator. I'm going to meet him with Rambling with the Brooms next weekend. Kristen will be with me, Kristen Walton, and we'll likely meet up with another couple of creators and supporters. And then Rambling with the, we did that a few months ago, actually. Rambling with the Brooms heads those up. He actually meets up with a lot of other creators. He's willing to head out hundreds of miles away into the US and everything else. He's a fellow Canadian, closer to our nation's capital, and Rambling with the Brooms is now working on 4,400 subscribers on the first of 2 channels that he has. He brings us homesteading content and some famous Canadian winter weather, along with a lot of travel. And that's where he's broken off into a second channel now. When we get into shorts over here, we see that Rambling with the Brooms is at 2,500, 3,100, one at 7,800, which is great. That's that snow that I'm talking about right now. And then live streams as well. He's live twice a week as a minimum, every Thursday and Friday. Procrastination Thursday and Primetime Friday have been going on literally for years by now. He's changed the names a couple of times. He talks a lot about cruising, but the conversation can go anywhere. He's always been an advocate for helping others grow as well. When we look at his channel, we know that we're going to meet more friends. He just took over our stream boss position right before Consume the Goodness did there. What I'm talking about is the video game life meter under my camera here. Scott dropped a super chat, and every super chat, membership, and highlighted milestone message, which are free bonuses for members, knocks a little bit of life off of that stream boss, and the last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for a little while. So we saw Rambling with the Brooms up there for a moment. Consume the Goodness just took that over. We're going to look at that channel shortly for that reason. Like I said, we always put super chatters on membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Then we'll get around to spinning the wheel. Lucky Star Slot says they have 3 channels as well. Yes, that's an overachiever. I definitely have to hand it to anybody who can run more than one, but I don't ever recommend anybody break off into another one unless you're very clear about how much work it might be. We all agree that YouTube is more work than we expected it to be before we started. Cruising Koozies is working, but thank you for that. I appreciate every moment. I know we got friends that run the stream in the background. And any moment anybody can be here, of course, helps. I appreciate all the thumbs up. Avalanche Multimedia, good to see you in the house. Happy New Year to you as well. And Consume the Goodness will come up after Greenland Quilter Katie. Now, Rambling with the Brooms has a second channel. We'll look at that. Travel Escapes with the Brooms, where Rambling with the Brooms is actually working on a project. Let me just show you this for a second. This Cruise in Alaska 25. We'll talk about that while we look at the other channel here. He's going to bring more travel-based content. You see some of it that he started with now. And he's got a cruise coming up. It's a collaboration with Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. This August, they're going to go to Alaska for a week. They're going to leave from Seattle. They're trying to book 100 rooms of creators and supporters. So that should be exciting. I'm sure there'll be a lot of streams and collaborations during the cruise as well. Thank you, Martha Makes Art. Good to see you here. And when we look at, yes, Handicapped Travelers is here. They got 2 different channels. I didn't put the other one on the screen, on the wheel yet. I'll get that on there right now. Sir Dank for Jesus. And hopefully everybody will connect with all of our moderators, of which Rambling with the Brooms has been one for a couple of years now. And then let's look at our next channel. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Izzy Ska is another creator that they gifted a membership today. They've done that countless times before. So thank you again, Rambling with the Brooms. Thank you, Izzy Ska, for these. Corinne Pierce, my dear goodness. That is Corinne's life. So she might have changed the name of the channel there. She's been with us since the very beginning, 4.5 years now, if you can imagine. So, wow, 50 months worth of membership is quite a milestone. Thank you for that. And Yarn again, also long over a year. And what you know is that almost always when somebody is a member on a channel, that they've likely been with you a little bit longer. Once in a while, you get an exception. Somebody like I Am Betty J Gathers, I was with her on her channel for an interview the other day, about a month ago, and she retold the story about how she grabbed a membership the second she was here, which I appreciate to this day. She's a long-standing member and now moderator. And that's rare, but it happens. So you know that most often when you're seeing people who've been supporting you a long time, it's much, much more. Yarn again, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I see official 1SP coming in. I'm going to get them on the wheel. I'm going to get Yarn again ready to go. They will be up right after Consume the Goodness. Because like I said, we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And then because I changed my webcam today, that means the mic is different as well. So if anybody notices that the audio is too loud or it shouldn't be too soft, then just please let me know. And then, yeah, Corinne's life. See, there's a headache right there, is trying to manage all the social medias that have to go along with all the YouTube channels as well, if you have more than one, right? Because everybody hopefully is posting on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as a minimum, but we could make TikTok videos, Snapchat, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and all the others as well. It is a lot of work. We know that. And then Create and Relate is grabbing their membership back, so thank you for that. I'll put you on the wheel. And let's get talking about Izzy Ska. This is a creator who's with us just about every day. They do a ton of live streaming. They're live several times a week. I've caught them many, many times. The conversation can go anywhere once they start. But one of the things they've done on their channel is update their About section to let us know that they're going to focus on digital art and design. They're going to talk about tutorials. They're going to talk about tools that they can use. They've always been known for these outstanding banners, avatars, and thumbnails on their channel. They got some shorts over here as well. These have gotten into 300, 500, and on the way towards 600 views now. Typically, they put out videos that bring us some animation with some interesting upbeat music. And Izzy Ska has reset and restarted their channel, but got right back to monetization and has built up now almost 1,700 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Izzy Ska, obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then, yeah, Corinne's Life produces merchandise of all kinds. Hats, mugs, like the ones I hold in my hand all the time. T-shirts, just about anything that can be printed. So it's great to know we've got somebody in the family that can help. We've got a couple channels that do it now, actually, that can help with merchandise and giving us a behind-the-scenes look at how those things are created. And then we can use them as a resource for our merchandise as well. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then thank you, Izzy Ska, for the gifted membership again. The Stock Explorer also dropped a super chat, so we got them on the screen right now. I got a few more channels to go, and then we'll get around to spinning the wheel. And we still have about 2.5 hours to go. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. We're going to see plenty today. And then thank you again, Create and Relate. Yeah, absolutely unnecessary here. Like I said, it's never necessary. Super chats, memberships, and those things. I make them available. I appreciate them when they happen, but certainly I never want to solicit that kind of thing. We will get around to some channels that are not members, let's just say, because there's a million different ways to support everybody, and some of the other things that we can do help almost in, you know, we can argue what helps more, but one of the things that really helps obviously is sharing each other's videos and streams, the word of mouth of letting other people know that there's places they're going to enjoy, creators that we enjoy and trust, let's just say, as friends or family members. Yoshi family, good to see you here. Henry Leslie Vermont is a long time incredibly supportive creator as well. The Groves, the Groves Bargain Emporium. Steph, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. They're a longtime friend now as well. And then we're looking at the Stock Explorer right now. So forgive me if I'm losing my train of thought and bouncing back and forth between conversations. Everybody can give me the guardrails and set me back in a direction if there's something you need me to elaborate on. And then thank you, Campbell's Creation. Yeah, they've just been with us a few months, but I always appreciate the shares and the thumbs up, and every minute everybody watches. We got lots of friends that run the stream in the background. Sometimes that's because they're working or they're driving, or they can't participate because or don't want to because they're on a phone. It's really tough to message everybody and @mention. My recommendation, of course, is always just to take our time, meet people one by one. And then, yes, I Can Barbecue. I see you coming in. Thank you for that. And then Campbell's Creations. Thank you again for the super chat. I'm going to put your channel up right after Yarn again. And that's Campbell's Creation, Learning to Sew. Or, pardon me, Learning to Quilt. They've got a couple of hashtags on their name as well. And when we look at the Stock Explorer, we see another dear friend. Nora is the creator behind this channel. They've been a dear friend for about 4.5 years now, pretty close to it. And they have been a moderator for just about all of that time, literally for years. The Stock Explorer started their channel with a very strict focus on wanting to help us with the stock market, crypto markets a little bit, and they often have product in hand while they talk about some of the stocks, especially in their older videos. It's interesting to go back over some of these. They were talking about Nvidia years ago. They often have product in hand. Like I said, I've seen them, unbox a product on a live stream that they've ordered and invested in as a stock, if that makes any sense. And then the Stock Explorer is always thinking about more ways to entertain the audience, so they broke into a lot of variety in the last couple of years. That's increased. They did some lottery ticket scratching and have done really well with that. There's a vibrant and very large lottery ticket scratching community. And the Stock Explorer's got a series right now called Scratching with Strangers, where what they're doing is literally meeting people for the first time and scratching lottery tickets with them. It's interesting to hear the different stories these guests on the channel have to tell while they're scratching these tickets. And then shorts on the channel feature pure variety, but these have done well. 2,800, 4,200, one at 12,000 that we know still gets views. And then live streams on the channel as well. Nora is live frequently. No schedule. She's on as often as she can be, usually 3 times a week, I find. A very hard worker, so she fits these in between that. And they have got a lot of lottery ticket scratch battles with other creators. Sometimes it's Nora just giving us some updates or a chance to get to know her. A lot of friendly conversation in StreamYard panels on the channel. I joined her once for a couple of hours, actually. And sometimes it's stocks and crypto with charts and graphs, and then sometimes it's friendly conversation, like I'm saying. Of course, they're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, they're working on 2,300 subscribers now, so hopefully we can push them a little bit farther. Just for a quick second, I'll show you Tropical Buzz, another channel from the Stock Explorer where they seek to educate us about plant life, but I'll leave it to everybody to go and check that out when you find you have a moment. Create and Relate, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. For that reason, we're going to get your channel on the screen right after. Campbell's Creation, Learning to Quilt. Thank you, the Stock Explorer and Greenland Quilter Katie. I appreciate all this extra generous support. I'm going to get Greenland Quilter Katie up there right now, and we'll keep moving as quick as we can. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then Tampa's Creek Homestead and more, thank you so much for the super chat. I'll put you up right after Create and Relate. And Greenland Quilter Katie's another creator who's here with us just about every day. They're monetized too, which is great to see. At almost, well, they're working on 3,300 subscribers now. They've got quite a bit of information on their About section. We can see what they're going to bring us. A lot of interesting conversation. So over the course of Christmas, they were doing some shopping videos, which is a little bit different for this channel. As I'm getting to know it, and when they first came into the Tuberchat family a few months ago, I started seeing these looks around Greenland where they show us a lot of mountain views, a lot of icebergs, a lot of glaciers, on the water, which I thought were really, really cool. It's a secondary idea to the content on the channel. And then I wondered about some of these conversations. Turns out this is a podcast that they're doing regularly as well. They got shorts over here with more variety, more looks around Greenland with 2100, 2800 and beyond now. And then live streams are frequent. So they just did one a week and a half ago. We'll see if they got another one coming up. We've always got notifications on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. So thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Greenland Quilter Katie and Stock Explorer have done that countless times. Consume the Goodness does that kind of thing frequently as well. I just watched one of her videos this morning. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Susie Woozy is in the house. So that's a fairly new creator for us. She was here the other day, and this is a friend that came to us from Dawn's Southern Finds. They're often together on StreamYard panel, and they do a great job of describing Tuber Chat to other friends and kind of shouting us out, so I appreciate that. So I've got Susie Woozy on the wheel. They happen to be a member already as well. And then Consume the Goodness. Like I said, this is Kendra up on the screen. I see they got a brand new video again. They post frequently, so I'm going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. They're going to talk to us about encouragement, positivity, motivation, especially when it comes to the idea of healthy eating, healthy living. There's some faith-based motivation on the channel, lots of workouts. And Consume the Goodness has been known to collaborate with others as well, which, you know, obviously is a great way to grow your channel. Every time you're featured on somebody else's channel, you're all but guaranteed a good handful of subscribers. Consume the Goodness is posting frequently. Like I said, they've got some shorts over here as well that have done really well. 13,000, 27,000, 49,000. And I talk about this every time their channel's on the screen lately, but this special shorts video that has a pizza meal idea, I was completely impressed by. I watched this shorts video. I don't watch as many shorts as everybody would imagine. I'm always on a computer. It's my excuse, but I did happen to watch that one. It's very entertaining and something I think a lot of people are going to like as a somewhat healthy alternative to the way we can load up our pizzas like I was joking about earlier. Sister Winnie, good to see you in the house. They never forget the thumbs up. And then, yeah, I'm sure that I will consume the goodness. So they're talking about some member shout-outs here, some outtakes as well, which will be interesting. We all, for anybody that does like traditional videos, of course, we all make mistakes. I do a million of them every stream while we're here. I trip over my words. I, laugh about it and this and that, but I know people enjoy those things. Sometimes creators sprinkle outtakes or bloopers throughout their videos, and then occasionally we meet a creator that makes outtake videos. I think Butler Family Farm has done a couple. Wayne's World Unlimited does that typically. Kaiser Gaming YT is a longtime friend. That's Chris's Clever Craft with a gaming channel. Lisa J. Stocks is going to help us with our finances as well. And Edna's World, who is featured in our interview series, which I'm going to play a clip from in a second, is here with us in the chat. I'll do that in another moment. We take a few breaks throughout the stream. Everybody can kind of chill for a second, grab a drink if you need it, or whatever you need to do. We'll do that in a moment. Consume the Goodness, like I said, has got some shorts that have done really well. Live streams are frequent on the channel. She's been with Jason, our dear friend, Just Jason Keto and More, a couple of times now. They both talk about healthy eating and healthy living, but Consume the Goodness has a little bit more variety on the channel, including these shout outs. She's talking about memberships, almost like a year in review kind of idea, and talking about what's coming up for the channel lately. So hopefully everybody will connect with Kendra from Consume the Goodness, working on 1,900 subscribers. And pardon me while I hold in a sneeze for another second here. And then we'll Thank you again for another super chat. Consume the goodness. She's done that kind of thing countless times before. So we're going to look at yarn again, Campbell's Creation Learning to Quilt, Create and Relate, Tampa's Creek Homestead, and more. As soon as we get back, we'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before that, I'm going to play a clip from this interview series I keep talking about. These are videos here on the Tuber Chat channel. Extremely informative because the creators that I talk to, I really ask for their opinion without adding a lot of my own in this series. I want to hear what they have to say. They know exactly what we're looking for because they've been friends of ours at least for 3 years, and they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe. Like, what else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
No.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, you know, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Like, yes. Realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. You know, it's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back,
Yes.
Be there for the ones that are coming back and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. And I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. Somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
All right, we're just about back. We're going to talk about yarn again. And right as we went on break there, we had a question from New Horizons Above and Beyond talking about the idea of remastering their videos, which really means, I know they mean just reposting them. Now, here's the thing you got to think about. If you take any videos off of your channel, you're going to lose the watch hours, and you're going to lose the views. So it's up to you. We all have to do what's appropriate. Pardon me, but you just want to keep that in mind. But adding copyright-free music to a video that you're going to post, whether you're reposting it or doing it for the first time, should be very, very easy. A lot of times we do videos where we're just talking about something. I have literally from the beginning said doing a YouTube video can be as easy as taking something that you enjoy, like this mug, putting it on a table in front of you and talking about it for 10 minutes. But what you can do then, all of us have used video editing software of some sort or a program. Usually what you will see is the video on what we call a timeline strip. And then underneath will be the voice or the audio all included together. It's really hard to separate that unless you get into some of these AI systems that could do a bit of that. All you have to do is take some music. On a Macintosh, it's easy to just grab from your Finder and put it right into the window. You just drag it on, it comes in as another timeline strip underneath everything. Should be just as easy in Windows. You go in Windows Explorer, drag it into Premiere or whatever video editing program you're using. The one suggestion that I want to give everybody, though, is that when you're thinking about background music for your videos, if you're talking or there's other audio happening, you just want some background music and you want it to be lower than everything else, I would set it to a level that you're happy with. Listen to it a couple of different times, make sure you're happy with it, and then knock it down a little bit more, usually about 2 decibels, maybe 3 decibels, because in almost every video that I've watched on YouTube where we have like background music, unless they're professionally edited, and even some of those, the audio is almost always too loud. Even in Superchat, we've got background music, you can barely hear it. Some people, I think, don't even know it's there. And only if I'm quiet, which I never am, for a second you might hear that. But that's an example. I don't think background music is necessary, but it depends on the video. If you're doing something entertaining, it can probably enhance the video. If you're doing something like a how-to do-it-yourself kind of video, I think people are there more so for the information. Background music, we put it in our videos, but it's not us listening to it, it's the audience, right? So we have to think about that as well. Not saying I'm right. A lot of times it might sound like I'm telling everybody what I think they should or shouldn't do with their channel. I never mean that. I never want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do. The idea is just to bring our experience, our opinions together, and then we can learn from each other, because I want to strive to improve like everybody else. Mr. Stephanie, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then when we look at Yarn Again, we see another longtime friend, and they also dropped a super chat earlier, so thank you for that. The Moody Artist is here, by the way. That's a longtime friend. They came in and gifted 5 memberships, so thank you for that. I'm going to put their channel on the screen right after Tampa's Creek Homestead and more. I still got to look at Create and Relate and Campbell's Creation Learning to Quilt. They all either drop super chats or gifted memberships, and we always put those channels on the screen right away when those things happen. We'll get to spinning the wheel soon, and I will add some names to the wheel from our chat list over the course of the stream. I'll add the first one before we go on the next breaker at that time. Hugo Homestead is another friend of about 4.5 years. Good to see you here. And I have to go and look at the statistics, but I think today is the busiest Tuber Chat live stream that we've had. I see the counter telling me we've got 55 people watching, so thank you, everybody. I know that the biggest reason for that is the shares, the word of mouth, and the great things that people say all the time about what we're doing here in this community, so thank you, everybody, for that. The Gambler After Dark, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in, and hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active in the chat, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Scrow's Nest is spending their children's inheritance one cruise at a time, I believe, right? Have I got that right? And Create and Relate. Thank you again for another super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated, of course. I've got that channel ready to go right after Campbell's Creations in a moment. And my dear goodness. Yeah, it goes up and down, of course, but thank you, everybody. I think we're at just about a record today. The only exceptions might be when we do our special editions, like 800 is coming up, and about 6 months ago we had our 700th episode. So those are always exciting. We do something different for those. Yarn Again is officially on the road to 1K now, which is great to see. We always say you're officially on a road when you get to a 100 milestone. And since they've passed 900, that puts them officially on the road to 1,000. It's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey, of course. And we're happy to push them a little bit closer. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They've got a bit of variety on the channel, but they let us know that they're doing live auctions Mondays and Wednesdays. We'll see those in the live stream, so I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's a chance for me to keep or get caught up with creators. And then we see more variety when we get into shorts over here. These have gotten into 1,300, 1,600, 2,500 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. This is where the magic happens over here. East Coast resellers, and then they have conversation on Monday mornings as well. But these are really cool. As a matter of fact, we have quite a few channels now. There must be 10 at least, if not more, that are doing live auctions on live streams. That itself has become so popular. I watched a short video from Gary Vaynerchuk. For those of you who know Gary V, he just said the other day, if you want to make money in the next 5 years, live selling, live shopping is going to be the way. So we'll have to see if that plays out, but I have a feeling it's going to do really well. Some people are familiar with a platform called Whatnot, which is another app, but you can bid on live auctions. So for any of our friends who do live auctions, probably want to look at that as well and think about that as another avenue to sell things. I've been an enthusiast for the internet for a very long time, like literally my entire adult life and before that. And I've seen a lot of platforms come and go, as we all have, but I've also done a lot of work. So like, for instance, I used to do a handful of Craigslist. There used to be a handful of things that we would sell, part of my full-time job for a long time. And Craigslist after COVID just disappeared. That was the end. There's no more. Kijiji, just about the same. eBay, not too terrible. Amazon, of course, is still doing well if you can sell over there. I'm sure there's other platforms like Best Buy and Walmart that probably do well. But now we're moving into these live systems also. So I'm interested always to see about all the different platforms so that we can make our own decisions about where we want to be. My recommendation is to post everything you can everywhere you can, because you never know what's going to stick and where you might build another audience. We've had a couple friends who have moved on from YouTube and gone to Instagram or TikTok because it worked better for them. My expectation is somebody like myself will always do better on YouTube. That's, therefore I stay here. Sometimes I promote my other stuff on the other channels, but you get an idea of what I'm talking about. So hopefully everybody will connect with Yarn Again, another obviously generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Thank you for another super chat. I always appreciate that. Extra generous support, absolutely unnecessary, always appreciated. And Campbell's Creation Learning to Quilt did the same thing. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And thank you for that. As well, P&J's Homestead Adventure, Paula and Jason. I can't remember for the life of me what I watched. I just watched one of your videos this morning. And forgive me, thank you, Scratch and PPA, for catching that. I completely missed super chat that had come in there. Sawmilling Brewery is here for the first time. So thank you very much for that extra generous support. Luckily, our moderators here know that I make as many mistakes as anybody. And Scratch and PPA seems to catch about 99% of those or more. So I'm going to get your channel up on the screen right after Sawmilling Brewery, and pardon me, right after The Moody Artist, and I've got a couple of other channels to go through here, but we're going to start moving faster. What you'll find find for anybody that's fairly new to Tuber Chat is over the course of all these streams, we go faster and faster through channels as the stream goes on. So we should still be here for another 2 hours. Campbell's Creation, learning to quilt. Learning to quilt and sew is here. And they're almost at 1,000 subscribers as well, 977, which is great to see. They have to be excited. Like I said, 1,000 is an important and exciting milestone, of course. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos. I haven't seen something like this from them yet, but this is strictly working on quilts. So this will be cool to see. You don't have to have ever even owned a quilt. Just looking at them, you know how much work must go into them. And we've got quite a few friends who get involved in this kind of work. And I'm interested in all the technology that I've seen from some of our friends as well. Some of the machines that they use and some of the mistakes that can be avoided. You know, mistakes cost money when you're making things, right? When we look at shorts on this channel, we see 1,500, 1,600, 4,100 views. Lots of variety here, but lots of quilts to make up about half of the shorts, maybe more, and then live streams as well. So this creator seems to be on fairly frequently, once or twice a week. I missed the last one a few days ago, but hopefully I'll catch you for another. I've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. So thank you again, Campbell's Creation. I really do appreciate your extra generous support, and for the same reason, we're about to put up Create and Relate. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Just because the search results didn't come up quite as easily as we wish right now, I just dropped the handle for Create and Relate there. It's Create and Relate 24. And that might help everybody get to the channel faster. It's a really great service for each other when we search, find, and click on each other's names, though, so that over time we will rise up the search results, and YouTube will eventually do a better job of predicting when we're looking for each other's channels. The Amazing M&G, good to see you in the house. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. When we look at what Create and Relate is doing here, I think part of me, I did just miss something. Heaven's Fire 18 just gifted a membership. Pardon me for that. We're going to get their channel onto the screen right after Sawmill and Brewery, which is a brand new channel. And Create and Relate and Heaven's Fire 18 have done that kind of thing before. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. When we look at Create and Relate, we see 140 subscribers, so hopefully we can push them a little bit farther towards the 200 we know they must be thinking about. And they just did, I watched this video the other day, unboxing that Cricut maker, and a lot of our friends who make merchandise and things like that, I think Corinne Pierce uses those as well. Cricut machines, that company's really got a stranglehold on the merchandise market, if that makes any sense. But there's quite a few product reviews on this channel, so I'm looking forward to going through many more. But here's an idea about getting started with the Cricut maker. I'm going to be really interested to see this video as well. I believe my sister has at least one of these, but I haven't used one yet, so I'm interested to see if I can utilize that or how it's utilized by other people, let's just say. So we'd love to push them, like I said, towards 200 subscribers. They've got quite a bit of information on their About section, arts and crafts, do-it-yourself videos, and a bit of variety as well. They've got some shorts here at 600, 900, and 1,300 views, which is great to see. And then they're here with us just about every day. They've been with us for many months now, so hopefully everybody will connect with Create and Relate. And thank you again for thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate that. They actually dropped a couple, and like I said, absolutely unnecessary. Austin Garrett, good to see you in the house, and I'm going to get them onto the wheel right now. We haven't even spun yet, but we will soon. Tampa's Creek Homestead and more. is coming up. That's a fairly new channel. They've just been with us a couple months right now, but we'll see what they've got going on. And they are from Indiana, which I was mistaken about when I first started talking about the channel. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Tuber Chat is that over time I get to know the channels, and then over weeks and months by hanging out in premieres, live streams, watching videos, I get to know the content. And if anybody wants to connect outside of YouTube, I always enjoy getting to know creators. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. I might see this interesting how-to video by the look of it. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with the channel, watch another piece of content. They got some winter weather happening over there. I know we're all talking about that lately. And then they're monetized already with 641 subscribers, which is great to see. Super Chats and memberships to support them with when we get there. Some shorts on the channel, and I keep laughing every time I see this thumbnail. They've gotten into 5,300, 6,000, 6,300 views and beyond, and then live streams over here. They've got quite a few set up, which is great to see, and they seem to be live almost every day lately. Hopefully I'll catch you. It's been a week and a half. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. We always set notifications for everything we see, whether they are premieres or live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel, and that's just in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Crystal Sparkle might be in the house. I see that Paranormal Poet is here. I watched a video today from somebody talking again about how to change the thumbnail on a shorts video, and I can't remember for the life of me who made that video. Yeah, it's not coming to me. I just watched it like a couple of hours ago. You'll know because I left a comment on it as well. I'm just curious who did that because I don't want to skip over it when we get to their channel unless I did already. Psalm 146, Home and Garden, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everyone's still active, we should get around to everyone. Tampa's Creek, Homestead, and more. Thank you for another super chat. I really do appreciate that. They've done that before. And hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. I'm sure that you will. We're going to look at the Moody Artist. So this is another creator that might not jump up right away in your search results just because it's a popular name. So I'm just dropping their handle in the chat if you need it. That was P&J, so thank you for that. Yeah, I couldn't for the life of me remember, and I don't know why. But P&J's Homestead Adventure did a cool video then where they were talking about how to change the thumbnail on a shorts video. There's always confusion because YouTube goes back and forth between giving us a feature, then taking it away, maybe changing it, giving it to some people. And, you know, I'm almost exaggerating when I say that, but you know what I mean. It can get to be a little bit of a headache because it's like, can we change the thumbnail or can't we? Can we do it on Android or can we do it on iPhone? But sure enough, yes, I tried it today. I actually did it today while I was watching their video, but you certainly can. That's it. So P&J's Homestead Adventure did that video. Thank you, Jesse Miller, Unboxings and more as well, and Jason for that. So if anybody wants to know how to do that, we're talking about changing the thumbnail after you've published the video. And you can add text and filters on it and everything else as well, which is cool. So it's great to see YouTube continuing to release these different features for us, but that's been something that's been unclear for a while. Now, the Moody Artist has been friends with us for years. I think they've been with us from the beginning. I could be mistaken, but I think they've been here for at least 3 years, but I think it's more like 4 and maybe 4.5 years. I don't always remember every length of friendship we've had with every single channel, of course, but occasionally I like to recognize channels. And the idea is really to just inspire, especially for anybody that's fairly new here, the idea that there are generous creators willing to support you years into the future if we could all just meet each other. And that's just an idea. And that's it. So yeah, Vintage Style by Joe. The idea is not to design a thumbnail for your shorts video, but what they do is similar to TikTok right now, where when you upload the shorts video, you can go in and it gives you like a thing you can swipe back and forth to pick a frame out of your video to be the thumbnail, and then you can put some text on it if you want and change the filter. filters are something obviously Instagram made popular over the years. The Moody Artist is well over 4,000 subscribers. They're actually more than halfway to 5,000, which is great to see. So we'd love to push them towards the 4,600 we know that they're thinking about. And I see the latest videos. I'm way behind with this channel. They've been a friend for years, but it's great to see you here. So yeah, even up to a year ago. So I see you've got a few more things. I'm just going to grab one of these outdoor videos because it's got a few more minutes than the others. Every minute matters when we think about watch hours of this and that. And when we look at their About section, they give us a bit of information here. So they'll have some art, they'll have writing, some nature, travel, photography included, and shorts on the channel as well. So these have started to move 4,400, 4,800, 5,000 and beyond, which is really cool. I like watching boats on the water whenever I get a chance to see that. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Moody Artist. And like I said, they've been friends with ours for years. I've lost track of how many, as a matter of fact. Life Unscripted with KC. Forgive me, I might not have said hello. I know you've been here a long time already. I recognize your channel name, of course, but I saw you come in earlier. Let's look at Sawmilling Brewery. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And the Moody Artist, thank you again. That was the channel we just looked at. They gifted 5 memberships in the chat, so I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I know the recipients will be happy to have had those. For anybody that's in the chat that's a member or just picked up one of those gifted memberships, I'll get them on the wheel right away. Tristan Natural is here. Beltloop 29, I think, just came in as well. Get these channels on the wheel. I'm going to mix up the wheel in a few more minutes here. We're going to talk about a brand new channel. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of Sawmilling Brewery's videos here, the latest one, and I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list and I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on like I do for all creators, and that should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And thank you again for that super chat. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll be around to spinning the wheel shortly. Driving Daily, good to see you in the house. They're working. I watched your headlight video today. I enjoyed seeing that. It reminds me of the shock I got when I had last had to change a headlight in my truck and found out I have to take apart the whole fixture has to come out to put the light in, or at least to make it easier. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Watch a video from Heavens Fire 18. Was that today? I can't remember if that was today or the other day. Heavens Fire 18 dropped a super chat as well, so thank you for that. They've done that before. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Now, Heavens Fire 18 gives us some information on their About section. There's a channel, I can still say I'm getting to know them because they've only been with us for, I think it's more than 3 months now. I feel like it's getting on 4 or 5, maybe 6 months. And forgive me if I'm wrong, but they've got information on their About section. They've got lots of furry friends here. So they're going to talk about rabbits, cats over here. If you have a look at the About section, you'll get an idea of the stars of the show here. And a little bit of information about them along with some variety in the videos. They got some shorts over here that have gotten into 500, 900, 1700 views on one of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they've done these lately. They did a couple over the last couple days, and some familiar faces by the look of it as well. So it looks like they're going to keep these going. They've been doing these fairly frequently, and we've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. And then Eddie Lugo Studios, good to see you in the house. He is a early bird. Eddie Lugo Studios is on every morning for a special live stream and talking about what's going to happen for the day. Right after that, he joins Jeremy and Cheryl that talk about travel as well. There's a huge travel and cruising community, and they give us all the information about what's going on in the travel and especially cruising world. But Eddie Lugo Studios goes over and above when it comes to the idea of sharing. What I recommend for everybody, we talk about the idea of generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters that want to help each other. Eddie Lugo Studios is somebody who's an advocate for helping others grow. He does a schedule where he lets everybody know, hey, there's a bunch of channels going live today, a bunch of our friends, a bunch of people you can grow with, and he mentions that every single day, usually multiple times a day, as a matter of fact. I follow him on a couple of other social networks. Facebook for sure. I'm not sure about Instagram. But that's Eddie Lugo Studio. So right now, Heaven's Fire 18 on the screen, and thank you again for that super chat. I really do appreciate that. It's time to spin the wheel, and I think that's the longest we've ever gone before our initial spin. But thank you everybody for the overwhelming, extra generous support today. I really do appreciate that. Lewis Acre Farm Karma's coming up. I was just on her channel actually. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then, cruising is fun anytime. There they are. Jeremy and Cheryl are right there. That's who I was talking about with Eddie Lugo Studios. They've also got Jeremy and Cheryl's Cruise Adventures. So they got two different channels, but they talk travel all the time. They're on every morning. They've been doing this for as long as I remember. I feel like it's at least 2 years, but a year for sure. And they've been with us much longer than that. And the Wheel of Destiny. Yes, my life sunny side up. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in for the first time. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. And our instructions are always in our video description, but everybody will be happy to meet you. And thank you everybody for making our new channels today feel welcome. Lizzie Jean's Artistic Chaos is in the house. I'm going to put them onto the wheel right now. Members always get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. I was saying I was just on Lewis Acre Farm Karma's channel. What I'm talking about is a live stream. She's got a series every Monday called Meet Me Monday where she introduces different channels for people to connect with. She's an advocate for helping others grow. She's here with us just about every day, and we had a great conversation that went on far longer than I even expected. I think she's usually on an hour to an hour and a half. We were on for well over 2 hours there, and I really appreciate it because it gives me a chance to talk about things at length, more so than I can while we're flipping through channels here on Tuber Chat. So I hadn't done as many StreamYard panels last year as I was hoping to, but hopefully this year I'll do a few more. But that was a great time talking to Lewis Acre Farm Karma. If you head over there and ever ask her, she'll tell you a story about me coming into StreamYard with my camera up and upside down, and I'm sure you'll have a laugh about that. Lewis Acre Farm Karma has another series called Talk About It Tuesdays. It's kind of an open panel. She will invite people after she gets to know them, but you can connect with her and think about that. 1,500, 2,500, 6,100 views on some of these shorts videos that give you some insight into the homesteading type content you're going to find here. And she's got a brand new video. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. She just put that up a couple days ago. She brings us spiritual inspiration in a lot of the stories that she tells here. She's working on 500 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that exciting and important milestone as well. Now, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. Let's spin the wheel again. We're going to go on a break for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play a clip from our interview series again. These are videos on the Superchat channel now, anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. All of the creators are longtime friends of ours, and what I tried to do was ask them for their opinion without adding a lot of my own, knowing that they know exactly what we need to hear, especially seeing that they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views, and people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm gonna go first.
Yeah, you want to master at this one?
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that. Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yep.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion. What do you think?
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on, but the thing about it is that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, you know, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna skyrocket, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube, could be a tag changed, it could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part, because like if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, well, I can just look at a plane or, oh, what's going to happen here? Right. I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
Contrast of like titles and tags.
It does make a difference.
It does. It's like from our experience anyway, it has. Like, we've went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like, there, what thumbnail we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video. Okay. We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like, a month later, we're like, wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up. And I don't think we're probably going, no, it's really good, but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, wow, this is like not great, but we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice. All right, we're just about back. I've got Crafty Witch 232 coming up. I spun the wheel before we went on that break there, and I've cleaned up the wheel quite a bit. I've removed a lot of names, so if any of our members are still watching or listening that haven't been seen yet, just please say anything at all in the chat. I'll make sure I get you back on. And then I did promise that I would add a name to the wheel from our chat list, so I'll do that in the background here. Crafty Witch 232 I was talking about earlier, because they do, just for a brief second, but they do interesting, they have a mashup on their channel. I keep describing it as, what I'm talking about is the fact that they bring two different artistic talents together. So they mix 3D printing with crochet. And you see an example right here in one of the latest videos, but I caught them. I was watching this video today, I think, and watching a bunch of different stuff get 3D printed, which is cool, or the results of 3D printing. Part of me, like most crafts, that takes a little bit of glue and other creative ideas to put these things together. But they've done really, really well with some of what they've done. When we look at shorts on the channel, we see that these have gotten into 1,100 views, but a couple of them are at 10,000 and 13,000, which is great to see. And you get an idea of all the creative things that are being made here, with a little bit of variety in the shorts as well. They've got live streams on the channel also, and they did one yesterday. We're going to see when they're going to do the next one. This one's coming up today. They're going to be doing this, in about 5 or 6 hours from now. And they're working on 500 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And Crafty Witch 232, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's here with us frequently. Ace Flaw 1, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I might have missed a bit that went on in the chat, and I don't mean to. Crystal Sparkle, yeah, I did put you on the wheel. I was worried maybe I didn't, but I did. Tristan Natural's coming up, and this is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who happens to be a silver member. That means we see her channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, whether or not she's here. I'm going to talk about her content in a second. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Susie Woozy is somebody that I've got to get to know. She just came into the Tuber Chat live streams, I believe, with our last stream. We met her through our dear friend, Dawn Southern Finds Dawn. I think I've seen her many times. I could be on other channels as well, but I might be mistaken. But it's interesting that you say you just bought yarn and a crochet hook. So that tells me you're just getting started, and looking forward to what's going to happen with that. I believe when I was a really young lad, my grandmother offered to teach me how to knit, and I probably had interested in it for like 2 seconds, and then I learned what a vinyl record was, and that took all my focus. But I am always impressed by talent that people have in different things that they can make or create in different ways. When it comes to creativity, of course, I have my own, but I'm more into technical things, right? I could do anything with a computer for the most part, right? Graphic design, but not graphic art, let's just say. So it makes me that much more impressed by all the different things I see from everybody. So we'll be looking forward to seeing what Susie Woozy comes up with for some crochet. And then Casino Slot Couple, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Handicapped Travelers, let me just make sure you're on the wheel there. And my dear goodness, yes, Jesse Miller Unboxings More is still with us. Oh, a photographer as well, which is interesting to see. Susie Woozy, we've got another friend. She Stole My Thunder from Montreal, has a Flickr account with like 200,000 photos in it, my dear goodness. But we'll be looking forward to that as well. One of the things I think we can all agree is that we're always fascinated. I speak for a lot of people when I say this, but we're always fascinated to know different things about people that we might not have picked up in watching even anywhere from 5 to 10 videos on the channel. You find out that somebody's a photographer after, and you're like, oh wow, I've been watching all your videos, but I didn't know you did that. And these are what makes your audience, whether it's your regular supporters or whether it's people who are just viewing and things like that, feel like they know you, or get to know you. And it creates real connection with your audience, let's just say. Not that you need me to tell you that, but just for the sake of saying. When we look at Tristan Natural, we see somebody who's going to talk to us about natural hair care, health, beauty, and other lifestyle ideas. This creator has always had a professional look to her channel. So every video gets its own look for a thumbnail, but the bright bold headshots make her recognizable. I think that that's going to pay off very well in the long term when we think about recognizability, right? The idea is that somebody sees a thumbnail from this creator and then gets into the video. First of all, she's a dynamic host right away, but they get exactly what they were looking for by clicking on that video, and that's going to help with retention as well. She's working on 3,300 subscribers, which is great to see. Some shorts over here are a little bit different. She's been doing a lot of celebrity tributes, so variety here, getting into 17,000, 27,000, 43,000, and then live streams on the channel as well. These are occasional, so up to a few months ago, she was doing these pretty frequently, sometimes herself, sometimes with her friend I Am Betty J Gathers there, and they're always having a good time. Both by dynamic creators, of course. And Tristan Natural has been with us here in the Tuber Chat streams a zillion times as well. So she's been friends of ours for years. So hopefully everybody will connect with Tristan Natural. Like I keep saying, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And we'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then when we look at Scratch and Pete PA, we see somebody who's known as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family. All of our moderators here are some of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 7 years on YouTube. And I say that because I've known all of them for several years. They're all dear friends of each other as well, but I am very lucky as the host of Tuber Chat to be able to see and hear a lot of what goes on with these creators behind the scenes, the ways that they support others that not everybody gets to see or doesn't get easily noticed, if that makes any sense, right? When we look at Scratch and Pete PA, we know that he is, first of all, one of the most supportive creators here in the Tuber Chat streams. He's literally been here over 750 times for the entirety of the streams. Now, I know not everybody can be, and I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend, but I can't help but bring that to everybody's attention. Anybody here that's already met Scratch and PPA will agree that he is one of the most supportive creators in their channel and in their YouTube journey. When we look at what he's doing on his own channel, he's got an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching where he pits two tickets against each other and offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets a series apart, makes it unique, and a lot of fun to be a part of. He premieres with perfect consistency every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. This is where we get to see the Scratch Challenge series of videos, and if you can catch us for one of his premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of the Stock Explorer, Hill to DC, Garden State Gardener, and a few select others. It is very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. He's got presentation on the forefront of his mind. You can see that his bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in his thumbnails, which also give us a hint about the giveaways that happen during his video series. His banners updated every single week, if you can believe that. And then this fellow Canadian's video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production, well beyond 4 years ago now. So, one of the things I forget to mention all the time, on his homepage, you're going to notice a trick that Scratch and PPA gives to us. He adds in the length of the entire playlist to the playlist title when he puts videos together. Typically, he does these in the single year series. So he's been doing this since 2021, 2022, and 2023 and beyond, right? And this is really cool because we do a lot of playlist swapping with each other here, but for somebody who's fairly new and wants to know how long a playlist is, you can simply do a Google search to say YouTube playlist length and plug a URL for a playlist in there. It'll give you the time, but this lets people know that they can have a fair trade between creators, because some of us have 20 videos or 10 videos. Some of us are just getting started. Some of the gaming channels that we've got, like Kaiser Gaming YT, I haven't even had a look to notice like exactly how many videos he's got. He streams every day, multiple times a day. There has to be thousands of videos on that channel, much like our friend Michael's Adventures now, who's approaching 4,000 videos on his channel, if you could imagine. But it is just a funny idea. If anybody wants to have a look, though, at Scratch and PPA, you see what I'm talking about, because he puts the length of the playlist in the title. So, as well, this creator expanded the content on his channel last year when he took a trip to Italy and brought us some vlogging-style shorts videos, which show us around all the different areas he visited, and he brought us some Italian lottery tickets in those shorts as well. And then his very first live stream came from Italy also, so I know a lot of people will be excited to know that Scratch and PPA has expanded the content on his channel. I'm just going to set my reminder for his premiere that's coming up on Tuesday. We always set notifications for everything we see, whether they're premieres or live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content as we can. And then, yeah, so Michael's Adventures makes a point. A lot of us, let's say, myself and a lot of our friends that are here regularly, including our moderators and this and that, instead of running playlists when we say we're going to run a playlist, we might go to somebody's homepage, and in a lot of cases, I'll have to find one for you to see, there's a button that says like play all. Right? So we'll just run the whole channel for somebody. Or what I often recommend for creators, if you're thinking about swapping playlists, is to make a playlist that's got everything you've got on your channel. Some people like to split that up and do one for videos, one for playlists. But on every channel that I own or run, I have a single playlist that includes every video that ever goes up on that channel, as well as different playlists for different categories and things like that, if that makes any sense. But you can do these things. And then when we look at Blester Crochet, we see another longtime friend. I'm going to talk about their content in a second. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Yeah, the Moody Artist, it's interesting that you say that, because even while I was describing it, I'm wondering to myself if I might be mistaken again. I've been corrected in Superchat many times before, but we know that YouTube makes changes all the time. One of the things that, Jesse Miller Unboxings and more is saying so as well. One of the things that YouTube does sometimes take things away. Maybe it's possible that they've removed that feature now that I'm mentioning it. So we'd have to find a channel that's still got an upload section and see if that's the case. But that obviously would prevent people from running entire playlists and stuff, or entire channels and things like that. But we can always make a playlist for a channel. As a matter of fact, Michael's Adventures posts so many videos that I literally have a playlist just for him. So that here it is, Michael. 77 videos in there right now, so that when I have to catch up with his channel, I just go and grab everything that I haven't already seen and put it in there. But that's an example. We can do that for anybody. Making a playlist on somebody else's channel is so easy, or of their videos. You just click the 3 dots, go save to playlist. If you don't already have one, you just make a new one. Sometimes you can make them private, unlisted, public, whatever you want, and then you can use that for yourself. But I do it all the time for different reasons. Angel Light Over Darkness might be in the house. Thank you for continuing that membership. She has been with us from the beginning. She's actually been with me since before Superchat was even a channel. It's been about 5 years. And then, is it okay to do more than 1 video a day? You can. Lizzie Jean's Artistic Chaos. YouTube lets us know that if we post more than 3 videos in a 24-hour period, they will not be sending notifications for all of those videos to everyone. Now, forgive me while I roll my eyes while I say it, because all of us know that the YouTube notifications never work the way that we wish, and I don't want to be too negative, but you know what I mean. We don't get half the notifications we think we're supposed to, but that's just something to keep in mind. So anything under 3 videos a day, but you can post as much as you want. What YouTube wants us to do is post content that's valuable in some way. Anything that teaches anybody anything that answers a question, anything that's entertaining. They just don't want us flooding the system with nonsense. You know what I mean? If I just put a camera on my coffee mug and let it sit there all day, that's not really what they want. Not saying you can't, not even saying I'm right, but these are just ideas. Nisa Faraway, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And what I often do myself, or recommend, if I'm in a position where I've got more videos than I need, I schedule them out. So if I had, 10 videos done, I would schedule them out at least once a week. If it was more appropriate and you're confident that you're going to be able to keep up that volume, I would start scheduling them out 1 every day. Just because we never know when something's going to happen. Over the last 4.5 years of Superchat, I've gotten sick a couple of times. I lost my voice once for literally weeks and couldn't be on. We never know when that's going to happen. Having a few videos that you can post if you have to take a week or 2 off or any amount of time can really be helpful. But that's just an idea. If you're able to post multiple times a day and have content, that's wonderful. And then, so this is the other reason why I often mention we have to set notifications for everything we see, like premieres and live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for the channel. Charlie Grace, good to see you in the house. Another friend who's been with us for several years. And then, hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody. As long as everyone's still active, we should get around to everyone. And then when we look at Blessed to Crochet, we see a creator that's going to bring us a lot of spiritual inspiration. They give a bit of information on their About section about some of the conversation that's going to have on the channel. They're much more interested in connection than the specific categories of videos they plan to post, let's just say. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos and put that into my catch-up list. I'm always happy to see positivity of any kind at all. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 10,000 views and beyond, and many of them 4,000, 9,000, a couple of 10,000, which is great to see. And you see more variety here. And then live streams on the channel as well. Blessed to Crochet is live frequently. They actually did a special live stream the other day where we learned a few things about the new vertical gifts and jewels feature, where it's another way to monetize vertical live streams. It's not available around the world, and anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it's available outside the United States right now. So the problem is, for those of us in other countries, I'm in Canada, we can't even see it, unfortunately. But Blessed to Crochet did a special live stream for us last week, for which I'm grateful, and we'll keep an eye on the channel and see what more she's going to do. But if you are in the United States and you connect with Blessed to Crochet, when she does vertical live streams, you'll get to see that feature. And then Blester Crochets monetize, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And we'd love to push them towards the 1,400 subscribers we know that they're thinking about. Lizzie Jean's Artistic Chaos is just asking if there's any hints on growing watch hours. So the biggest thing that I can recommend is the idea of playlists in general. When you have playlists on your channel for different categories of content, you give your viewers an opportunity to binge watch the way we might watch a Netflix television show or something like that. One of the biggest hints that I can give when it comes to playlists is a simple fact. When you share a playlist link with somebody else to one of your videos, when they get to the end of that video, they're automatically flipped into the next one of your videos instead of YouTube just sending them wherever YouTube thinks they want to, right? And when you think about that, if you have a playlist with 10 videos in it, you might be lucky enough to get somebody who hops into one of your videos and just keeps watching. Whether it's a series or not, whether they walk away from their computer or phone or not, or anything like that. We do a lot of playlist swapping here, and that is something that can really help, but it's kind of a bonus. It's something we do amongst each other. It definitely is a benefit. It's more about the friendships that are built than the watch hours. That's just me telling you why I don't even facilitate. I just promote the idea here. Everybody's free to swap playlists with each other. Your watch hours are going to grow, but when you build friends that are going to be there for most of what you come out with in the future, you get a solid and strong foundation, for your channel. Your watch hours are going to grow exponentially, as you can imagine. And then create and relate. Good to see you. Pardon me, you've been here the whole stream. Forgive me, they've already dropped a couple of super chats. They just grabbed another one, and it's interesting because they took over our stream boss position here. That's the video game life meter under my channel, or under my camera there. And what that does, every super chat, membership, and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life out of the stream boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for their channel. So Campbell's Creations had it for a while, Consume the Goodness had it for a while, and Rambling with the Brooms had it for a while today. So thank you for that. It's flipped over more times than I think we've seen. Today seems to be a record day for Tuber Chat. We might have even hit 60 concurrent viewers. I'm going to go look after. So create and relate. Thank you for that extra generous support. Like I keep saying, absolutely unnecessary. Always appreciated. Sean's Nerdcraft Corner. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then, yeah, Lizzie Jean's Artistic Chaos. I miss a lot that happens in the chat. I don't mean to miss anybody's questions or comments when they're specific for me. But if anybody needs me to elaborate or has a question, then just please mention it with 3 thumbs up. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Oh, happy birthday, Lewis Acre Farm Karma. Forgive me, you must have mentioned that, and it must have slipped my mind for today. I was just on her channel last week for one of her interviews for Meet Me Monday, which I appreciated. And tomorrow, she's going to be celebrating 1 year on YouTube and her birthday at the same time, which is really, really cool. And then Lizzie Jean's Artistic Chaos. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then for that reason, we'll look at that channel next. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. Beltloop29 is somebody who enjoys helping others grow. This creator happens to be a police officer. They run a YouTube channel called YouTube Police. Here they're known as Beltloop29. We see them on dozens of other channels. They do a lot of live streaming, and they do the partnership stream where you have StreamYard, a panel of guests, and then if the creator of the live stream allows it, you can send that out to lots of other channels and everybody gets watch hours and this and that. It's really, really cool. BeltLoop29 is sliding right on the edge towards 4,000 subscribers right now, which is great to see. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When we look at their videos, they literally post just about anything and everything that could be interesting to us. More variety in the shorts videos here at 11,000, 24,000, and one at 168,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. Like I said, they do StreamYard panels all the time. I'm expecting to do more StreamYard panels this year. So forgive me, they were on the other day. I caught this one. I didn't hop on panel. Often I'm working and lurking at the same time, but I hope to start hopping in on more random panels here and there this year. And then Angel Light Over Darkness is in fact in the house, so thanks for continuing that membership. Like I said, she's been with me about 5 years, since before Tuber Chat was even a thought, pardon me. And then hopefully everybody will connect with BeltLoop29. And when I look at YouTube Police, if I pronounce this properly, or right, if I type properly and spell correctly, we'll be able to get to YouTube Police channel. It's a popular name, of course, between the different types of channels that could come up. Let me see if I can get to it from BeltLoop29's original channel. What I recommend for everybody is, if you have more than one, I don't want to recommend anybody do more than one, but if you have more than one, my recommendation is to feature your second channel either in your About section, like BeltLoop29 does here, or to feature it at the bottom of your front page, like we do with our copyright-free music channel. Sydney Cat, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. As long as everyone's still active, we should get around to everyone. So this is a second channel from BeltLoop29, complimentary to the content we just saw. I just watched this live performance. They were at a special, I didn't realize it was a rodeo. I should have known. I was watching it. I should have seen the title. But yes, rotating stage is a really cool idea. A long time ago, I was a DJ for a lot of years, and we had a beautiful waterfront nightclub that had a rotating dance floor. Those kind of things are incredible. I really like the towers. Like in Toronto, we have the CN Tower. In Niagara Falls, we have one called the Skylon Tower. They have restaurants in them, and the whole restaurant rotates in a 90-minute spin, so you get an opportunity to see all the scenery. You guys can let me know if that's the case at the Space Needle in Seattle, if anybody's been there. It's something I'd love to see one day, kind of a bucket list idea. And I'm just curious to know if they actually have that, the restaurant upstairs. Forgive me, I let that poll go for quite a while, but 35% of people prefer HP. I liked HP. One of the best computers I had, lasted me probably 10 years, was an HP Windows computer. Early 17-inch laptop with the Altic Lansing speakers in it and all that. It's very old now, but that computer served me really well. However, I happen to be on Mac for a long time now. Most people see that. Dell, I'm surprised, is not higher in the list. And then people either prefer other brands besides HP and Dell or Mac, and then possibly using a phone only for their YouTube channel. So that's interesting. Create and Relate also DJ'd. I didn't know that. And Just Jason Keto and More has done plenty of that. I think he still does, actually, occasionally. I once in a while do. I keep going back and forth as to whether I'm going to do any more of that or not. But usually something comes up every year or two. So hopefully everybody will connect with YouTube Police. They got some interesting license plates in their most popular shorts here. 13,000, 15,000, 22,000, and then live streams on the channel. More of the same. We've seen those on his BeltLoop29 channel. Lizzie Jean's Artistic Chaos dropped a super chat. We'll look at that channel right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Crystal Sparkle, the Hyatt in Milwaukee used to have a restaurant that rotated. Oh, yeah, that happens. I think that even happened at the nightclub I was talking about. It worked while I was there, but those kind of things. Theme parks sometimes have rides. When I was 18, 19 years old, which is 100 years ago, we had a ride, one of those water log rides. It was called the Zumba Flume at Canada's Wonderland, and I worked in that area, and the place where you go from the lineup onto the actual ride was a rotating, very slow, but rotating disc, and that thing used to break all the time. I remember the mechanics having to work on that thing. And those are really cool. And thank you, everybody, for that info on the Space Needle. I would love to go there one day. Lizzie Jeans, Artistic Chaos, is here. Now, this is a channel I'm still getting to know. They're fairly new in the Tuber Chat family as far as coming into our live streams. Now, they've got a brand new video, though, from just a few days ago. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get another piece of content watched here. And then primarily a self-taught mixed media artist, but they do enjoy all kinds of artistic styles and mediums. Artsy pages for junk journaling and collages, which I've seen many times. We've got a few creators in the house. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More does a lot of collages and ideas like that. 500 and working towards 600 views on some of these shorts videos. I have a feeling that's a brand new one. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But whenever we see the numbers here out of order, or pardon me, this one might be new. Wherever the numbers in the shorts are a little bit out of order, it means one of them is getting views right now and might be moving positions pretty soon, which is just cool. And then when we look at live streams, we see that they're live frequently, so hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. It's been a couple months since I caught you for one, but hopefully I'll catch you for another. And they're really getting close to that 1,000 subscribers. Now, somebody might wonder, why don't you do the push and tell everybody, go and subscribe to Lizzie Jeans right now and try to get to 1,000. But the problem is, here in Tuber Chat, we're so much more focused on the quality of the connections than the speed. We don't want you to hit the 1,000 and then dip back under, because YouTube's going to take half the subscribers away. Now, I hope that everybody will try to help out Lizzie Jean's Artistic Chaos here. We know that 1,000 is an exciting milestone. We'd love to help anybody get there, but I also know what it's like. Even Tuber Chat got the 1,000 and then it dipped back down. We had to get a friend to help push us to get it back over 1,000 again. Happy Lux used to do this kind of thing. So hopefully everybody will connect with Lizzie Jean's Artistic Chaos. We'd love to push them, like I said, over that milestone. Hopefully I'll catch you for another live stream. I got the notification bell on there. And then what did I miss there that Crystal Sparkle's apologizing for? Oh, yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, Crystal Sparkle, by telling everybody to go there is absolutely okay. We absolutely want to support each other. But there are a lot of growth streams out there. There used to be hundreds, even thousands. I don't know how many there are now. I got some friends that run a couple, like Commander Vlogs. Most of you know Social Media Grow Show and this and that. Lots of our friends do this kind of thing throughout their live streams. But there used to be some channels, like Happy Lux would literally say, like, okay, everybody go to this channel right now, and people would, right? So when Tuber Chat got its 1,000, I don't remember how far below we went, and I forget if it was Happy Lux that did it, but I think he, in one day got us like 75 subscribers or something like that. It was out of control, but at the time you could do that. And, you know, if you think about it, he's the host of another growth stream. Obviously, as we become friends, we're going to be able to help each other, and then everybody's going to want to go and see the other one. If you haven't already seen Social Media Grow Show from Commander Vlogs, you'll love going over there. Lots of our friends here in Tuber Chat are over there every day. today. Andre Southgate, good to see you in the house. He brings prize fighting. I know you've been here for a few minutes already. And then, yeah, we always want to promote each other and push everybody to support each other. I'm just saying I don't do the race here because we know what it's like when YouTube takes the subscribers away. But thank you again, Lizzie Jean's Artistic Chaos, for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get to Angel Light Over Darkness. Right before we look at this channel, we're going to go for another break now for 3 minutes or so. And everybody can get a drink or do what you need to do. I'll do the same. And then right before that, I'm going to play for us a clip from our interview series. These are conversations in an interview style where I tried to ask the creators that are featured for their opinion without adding a lot of my own. The conversations go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. They're very informative. And these creators know exactly what we need to hear. They've been friends of ours here in the Tuber Chat family for several years, like Emotion New Soul, who's just coming in right now as a member and a moderator. All of the creators in this interview series have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. Well, thank you for that. So it's interesting that we're talking about shorts already. We've got a lot to go over today. But since you've mentioned it, that's one thing that I was planning to ask is the idea that you can give us, regardless of, like, you know, a lot of people are going to have different opinions about whether shorts are helpful. Some creators have broken off into separate shorts channels and things like this. But in your experience, now going through what you have with shorts, what advice can you give to somebody just in the beginnings of their YouTube journey before their 10,000 subscribers so that they can have the best chance of making shorts work for them as opposed to against them?
So ultimately, you've got to have a passion in what you're doing. There's no point in, say, I'm going to do videos on fixing cars when you have no idea on how to fix cars.
Yes.
Okay. I am more shocked at what people are willing to sit there and watch than actually do it. I did over the Christmas period, I was given a huge model to build and I live streamed it. It's not quite finished yet. I've still got another day on it. So it'll be another like 8 years. I was basically doing 4 to 6 hour live streams of building this kit. And people were turning up every day, having me in their background or in the background, watching me and listening to me while I was effing and jeffing at this kit. You know what I mean? And if they've got a passion for what you're doing, they're more likely going to watch that passion from you and push. So if you are going to set up a YouTube channel today, if your passion is walking, record it. But make sure that you envelop and make sure that what you're saying and what you put in the video is aimed at the audience. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I do a YouTube video, I don't think I'm talking to 50,000 viewers.
Yes.
I'm talking to one person.
Right.
So if you create a video of your passion, make it personal that you're talking to that one person that's watching you. If you see what I mean, you know, you are just talking to one person. So create the video for your best friend. So he's going to say, you know, and people will become endowed by that. They'll listen to that because you'll be like their friend as well. So that's my one tip, I think, is to make sure that you make the videos not personal in your life, personal about what's on the footage, and that you're making that video for your best friend. Right. That's great advice too. Yeah. Each person, is looking through their own set of eyes, regardless of who they're with. Yeah.
All right, we're just about back. I have cleared the wheel out a little bit. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every time we stream. So what I do is I just remove a few names of channels that we haven't seen in the chat for a while, but members will always be added as soon as we see them in the chat if they're still here. I also promised earlier I was going to add a name from the chat chat list to the wheel, and I hadn't done it. I just realized that. So I put 2 on there for now. New Horizons Above and Beyond and P&J's Homestead Adventures have both been added to the wheel. That's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And then Hilda DC is in the house. I've got them on the wheel. Bell's Whisper Farmstead, I don't know if she's still here. Angel Light Over Darkness has been a friend of about 5 years. Been a while since she's put out a video, but she typically does a lot of live streaming on the channel. If you haven't already ever seen a channel like this, it's the only one of its kind in almost 5 years of Tuber Chat. We've been here over 4.5 years, if you can believe that. Angel Light Over Darkness has been a friend of mine for many months longer than that. But this is the only channel I've ever seen that's bringing us angel numbers in the way that she does. If you haven't seen these, I hope you'll check this out, because these can give you some insight as to what's been going on in your life, what might be happening today, and what might be to come. She's well over 3,600 subscribers now, which is great to see. And when we look at what Angel Light Over Darkness has got going on, she's got some shorts here as well. Obviously a dynamic creator. She'll bring more positivity and inspiration here. 4,500, 5,500 on a couple of these shorts videos. But live streams are where this channel really shines. And it's been a while since I've caught her for a live stream. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one. She's on several times a week. And she will get into these angel numbers based on how people are chatting, and does these as a courtesy, let's just say. So if you're over there, you'll learn a lot from Angel Light Over Darkness, both about YouTube, but especially about angel numbers. And she reads these for a lot of different people in the chat. She's usually on for several hours, as you can see. So hopefully everybody will connect. She is monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I'm going to try to move a little bit faster through channels now. We're probably going to go a little bit over time. I was late starting, but I'll try to keep it as tight as possible. Jesse Miller unboxings and more is coming up. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. When we look at Jessie Miller unboxings and more, this is a creator. We talked about her for just a brief second when we were talking about collages and the idea of, junk journaling is a different thing than what Jessie Miller unboxings and more does. But when we look at some of the journaling and journals that can be created with some of the crafting supplies that she'll unbox and things like that, I find it really interesting. And I've seen lots of these different things. So she's got a new Temu haul video. And you guys can tell me if we're supposed to pronounce that Temu or Temu. I almost ordered from them for the first time the other day. But I got somebody else did it for me. But when we, it'll be any second now I start ordering from Temu. But when we look at this channel, Jessie Miller Unboxings and More unboxes lots of different things. She does haul videos. She shows us the things she creates with some of the crafting supplies that come in. But she also does some subscription services. Like we've seen things like FabFitFun and BoxyCharm are popular names. But she unboxes all sorts of different things and typically posts every week. She's got shorts on the channel that feature a lot of the things that have been found in the unboxing videos. She's got bath and beauty products, she's got jewelry, there's snacks here, there's stationery, more crafting and journaling supplies, and then live streams on the channel as well. So Jessie Miller Unboxings and More is typically live once every month or two, so she'll probably do one not too long into the new year, and we'll be looking forward to that. We got notification bells on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Face the Ace is coming up on an exciting milestone. That's great to see. Hopefully we can push you a little bit farther towards your 6,000, and then let's see who's coming up. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Casino pardon me. Casino Slot Couple is still in the house, or back in the house. I trip over names in the chat all the time. I am Betty J. Gathers is still here. Let me make sure you're still on the wheel. For any of our members or moderators that haven't been seen yet, just please say anything at all in the chat. I'll make sure that you're added there. I remove names from time to time, just so that we can speed things up and get to a few newer channels towards the end of the stream. New Horizons Above and Beyond is somebody who's with us just about every day. They change up their channel frequently. They got lots of information on their About section. They bring pure variety into their videos, usually outdoors. I'm just going to grab the latest one with a snowstorm. I'll put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. That's just a fun name for a playlist I use for that kind of thing. When we look at New Horizons Above and Beyond, in the popular shorts videos, they've gotten over 1,600 and 1,900 views. Lots of outdoor content here, and then one live stream to get things started. We'll see if they're going to continue with these. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. M&T Living It has been with us for years. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Kathy Payna is coming up now as well. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then when we look at Kathy Payne, this is another longtime friend. Aloha Freedom Tours Hawaii is the beginning of what she's going to let us know on the channel as a start to some of the content she's going to be bringing us. But there's a lot of information here and a lot of variety on the channel. I'm just going to grab the latest video. She's been posting frequently. Look at that, a bunch of videos just this week. And a lot of outdoor content here more than anything else. I'm going to look at shorts on the channel as well. We see she's just started with these, but one of them is well over 1,200 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel are an idea for the future. She's tried that in the past. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel, and that's just so we can catch each other as often as possible. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Next up is I Am Betty J. Gathers, another creator who's been with us pretty much from the beginning. We're talking about almost 4.5 years now. And when we look at I Am Betty J. Gathers, we see a creator who is like the definition of dynamic when it comes to being a host. She's always smiling, always laughing, always having a good time. You get an idea when I roll over some of the videos here. Lately, she was doing a lot of vlogging up to a few months ago. She's kind of contemplating the continuation of what she's going to come up with for us soon. In another couple of weeks, likely, we'll see some new content from her. I Am Betty J. Gathers does a lot of talk about living her best life over 60, although I find that all of her content can relate to anybody, or anybody can relate to her content is what I mean to say. And she talks about different subjects, a lot of YouTube talk, actually, because she's got lots of friends over a YouTube journey and shares her knowledge now. She's working on 2,700 subscribers. And then as well, a lot of healthy eating, healthy living. Intermittent fasting is an idea she speaks of frequently. Some of the shorts have done really well. It's unique to see a channel that's done really this well with talking head shorts videos. She's got several over 10,000 views, which is great to see, and then a few random ones that are fairly new that have gotten into 13,000, 15,000 and beyond. So it has to be exciting every time you put out a new video that breaks your own record, right? When you get a short, it gets 10,000, and then you get one at 11,000. It's just excitement all over again. Then live streams. She was challenged actually by Crystal Sparkle in the chat here to do a series of 12 interviews over the course of December, and Crystal Sparkle was featured in there. And then I joined her about a month ago as well. And we had a great time talking about YouTube, our friendship. We talked about moderators there. And I am Betty J. Gathers, of course, is now a moderator here. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. She's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get to her channel. Every moderator here in Superchat is a longtime dear friend of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Superchat. So Corinne Pierce is coming up next. This is our longtime dear friend, Corinne's Life. She just changed the name of the channel to match her other social media networks. And she's been with us from the beginning as well, another moderator here. And so what we're going to do, we'll take another break for 3.5 minutes. I do these just to save my voice, but it gives everybody a chance to grab a drink or do what we need to do. Right before we do that break, I'll play the last clip for today from our interview series. And these, again, are conversations in an interview style that are featured in videos in both a playlist and as a podcast on the Superchat channel now. All of these creators have been longtime friends of ours here, at least for 3 years, and all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. One of the things that comes along with monetization on YouTube that used to require 30,000 subscribers is memberships, and that's open to everybody that gets monetized after 500 subscribers now, or just about everybody. So one of the things that creators will ask is how can they increase the number of memberships over time on their channel? What advice would you give to somebody to increase the number of members and watch that grow if that's something that's on their mind?
Yo, you better get your pencil out for this one. I take this part very seriously in my membership. Our membership is $1.99. It's low. Okay. And I did that intentionally. I don't have any other tiers. I have one tier. It's $1.99. It's the fun zone, basically. We have, I don't know, 24 emojis available, and everybody gets a new banner or a new badge. And it's creative and it's evolving all the time. I change those out consistently. Sometimes during the holidays is a good example. I changed out almost every single one of those emojis for members. I must have picked up, and I think we're right around 600 members. I think we probably picked up an extra 100 because once Halloween came, everything changed throughout the entire holiday season. We're about to hit Easter, and I'm doing it again. So showing your members that you're changing, people love new things. They love it when it's new. And that's a simple thing that you can do. It's all free, whether you use Pexels or you use an AI generator, Midjourney. You can create all that so fast and so easy. It probably takes me to do, I see 24 up there. So I think it takes me maybe 2 hours to do every single one of those.
Right. Yeah.
And now you have a fresh palette all the way around.
That's a wonderful idea. So much so I'm holding myself back from laughing because I expect to take a page out of your book and probably do that on at least the Superchat channel. So thank you for that.
In encouraging everybody to join your membership program, or not so much encouraging, reminding them that you have a membership program. And as soon as you do that, everybody in your channel that's a member will start dropping those special emojis. Now, I tweak it a little bit too because I have the floating emotes. When we are in a non-emergency or eruptive time where we can take a breath and it's a little bit more relaxed, I have some pages, my live streams. When you do the emojis, they float all over the screen for fun. Mm-hmm. And then you see at a large customized emoji that you can only get by being a member, $1.99 is not too far off. People love it.
Wow, that's gold. Thank you for this. All right, I'm going to start to really try to move through channels. We're going to be close to overtime. I'll try to keep it to a minimum. I did start late, but we'll see what we can do. So Corinne Pierce is Corinne's Life. She just changed the name of the channel. She's been with us from the beginning. She has a channel that literally does encompass everything that is Corinne's Life. She does a lot of vlogging. She'll take us traveling. She could be cooking, cleaning, doing a haul video, shout outs for other creators, a lot of live streaming, and giving us a look behind the scenes at her small business, which is creating merchandise. She just streamed a couple of days ago. She does that frequently. She literally gives us a look right into everything that she does. She'll take us out on adventures as well. When we do talk about that merchandise, though, she prints everything from the mugs that I literally hold in my hand, hats, shirts, everything that can be printed. You see her working on different things here. And she gives us some insight. So it's great to see a behind-the-scenes look at how some of that merchandise is made, and know that we can use this creator as a resource when we think about merchandise for our own channels and businesses behind them. When we look at shorts on her channel, she'll put just about anything into a shorts video, like most creators, lots of variety. But look at some of that Canadian winter weather. She comes to us from Halifax. Some of these have gotten from 18,000 to 40,000 and 77,000 views, and she posts frequently. So hopefully everybody will connect with Corinne Pierce. We'd like to push her towards the 3,300 subscribers. We know she's thinking about, of course, she's monetized. And here as a member and a moderator, as a matter of fact. And then PK Adventure Travels is coming up. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. When we look at PK Adventure Travels, the latest video that I watched is from Ryan. This one is upsetting because I know what it's like, especially when I was younger. If I would, when we used to have things like long distance phone calls and stuff like that, and run up a phone bill way beyond what you thought, and then have my, for me, my mother would snap. But PK Adventure Travels talks about something. There's a really informative tip here, and I bet that it goes beyond cruising, but it's just an idea that on cruise ships in particular, you can buy internet packages now. This is long beyond any time I've ever spent on a ship. Last time I was on a cruise ship was 1996. But you can buy these internet packages now, but you have to remember to turn your phone off and go strictly Wi-Fi and only use your plan. Otherwise, you could rack up a $1,300 phone bill. And I'm in Canada, so my $1,300 is worth far less than $1,000 to our American friends. That is out of control and unfortunate, but it's a fun story, and PK Adventure Travels will bring us more like this. Lots of tips and tricks when it comes to cruising and travel, and they do a really thorough job, the creators on this channel, of giving us ship tours and talking about the amenities and the excursions and all the different things we're going to find, especially cruising, but also with other travel. They're working on 900 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They've got 10,000 views on a couple of these shorts, and one at 12,000, which is great to see, and then live streams as well. So they're live frequently. They've got one coming up in a few days. I'll be looking forward to that. It's been a while since I've caught them. And PK Adventure Travels are here with us just about every day as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. Obviously generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. I see Alex and Alex in the house. Good to see you here. I don't know how you've done what you have with your channel, and I wonder if it's possible to connect if you have I forget if we're already connected on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, but I'm really curious because when we go to Alex and Alex Wander, we look at that channel and the title on the channel is different than the channel name, but the handle's the same, and that's the channel. The only reason I'm talking about this, and I know because I was looking at it earlier today. I think I watched one of their videos, actually. I could be mistaken about that. I thought I watched something this morning, but I think I shared out a video for them. That's what I think I did. And I noticed that the title is different, unless there's a way to do that with different language or something like that. But I'm really curious about that, if that's a feature that we can utilize or something that is just kind of a fluke glitch that they've got going on working in their favor. Alex and Alex have been with us a long time, probably a couple years. Mark the Shark is in the house, an incredibly supportive creator. I had to move around, Mark, my situation. I don't have that office anymore, and forgive me while I reach for there's his hat. Rambling with the Brooms sent over a hat as well, or handed it to me actually, and then Mark the Shark sent over a couple of hats, and they've still got their place, but not in my background right now, so I have to figure out what I'm going to do about that. Life in the Piedmont Homestead, good to see you here. Kaiser Gaming YT, thank you for the super chat. That's Chris's Clever Craft. He's done that countless times before. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen when those things happen, so we'll look at that channel next, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. And then, again, hopefully I'm not missing anything in the chat. When we look at Hilda DC, this is a creator who's known as one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. And thank you, everybody, for those thumbs up, by the way. Forgive me, Hilda DC. I'm going to talk about her content in a second. It has been a while since we've gotten close to 100 thumbs up. And while I don't push it as much as I used to, we do have a chance today. So if anybody hasn't already hit that thumbs up, I hope you will. Yes, the Stock Explorer. That's Nora. And did we look at your channel today? I think I looked at it today already. Pardon me. When we look at Hilda DC, another moderator here, she's been with us pretty much from the beginning, 4.5 years now. Beyond that, 2,500. She's working on 2,600 subscribers. And Hilda DC is known as one of the most encouraging creators I've met in my 7 years on YouTube. And there's reason for that. When you get to her channel and see her content, there are positive affirmations coming from this creator and special effects on the screen. She even gets Nightbot on the case as well. And she is somebody, a strong-willed creator who absolutely stands behind and beside her audience. As a matter of fact, I Am Betty J Gathers is probably still in the chat with us right now. I joined I Am Betty J Gathers for what we called an interview, which was a conversation that we had together for a while on her channel about a month ago. And we talked about moderators, and a lot of people understand, you know, I take that stuff seriously. We try to be fun and everything else. Our moderators really do a spectacular job here. There's really not a lot of trolling and stuff like that, but I have a feeling that one of the biggest reasons for that is because our moderators are so experienced. They've been with us for years, most of them, and well, they've all been with us for years, but as moderators as well. And then some of what we have happening in my own mind when it comes to the idea of trolls and other misbehavior, let's just say, or undesirable behavior, is preventative measures, right? Because anybody who has come in knows that they can't get very far because of our moderators. They just don't bother and they move on. But anyway, Hilda DC, we had a conversation. I had a conversation on I Am Betty J Gathers channel describing my friendship with Hilda DC. It's a story I love to tell. Hopefully people find it inspiring, but you can find that on I Am Betty J Gathers channel. Then when you go over to Hilda DC, she did a live stream a few weeks ago, and she actually reiterated that and talked about that for a brief moment there as well. She live streams occasionally, but Hilda DC is the kind of creator who's so supportive to her people that what happens is it doesn't matter when she goes live or when she drops a premiere, she will always have a vibrant audience. I usually recognize her fast-paced, high-energy live chats to be in line with somebody like the Stock Explorer or Scratch and PPA or Garden State Gardener and things like this. She's got some shorts here that bring pure variety, but these have gotten into 2,900, 6,200, and one over 47,000 views. Then when we look at her channel, we know that she does a lot of cooking videos. Sometimes she'll do a haul and a lot of fun taste test challenges lately. I'm always interested because I'm in Canada, so I don't get to see a lot of the products that our American friends typically have. And being in New York, of course, Hilda DC is going to be right in the heart of all the different things that come into the U.S. When we think about the different treats we might find more than anything else in some of the aisles in the grocery stores, what I mean to say. A lot of different flavors that we might not otherwise get to try. She gets to get to those first. So hopefully everybody will connect with Hilda DC and see what I mean. We'd love to push her towards that 2,600. And of course, she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Next up, Chris's Clever Craft has a gaming channel called Kaiser Gaming YT. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I talked about Chris's Clever Crafts gaming channel here, Kaiser Gaming YT, briefly earlier as well, because he posts so much, literally multiple videos per day, multiple streams. Look at this. Kaiser Gaming YT has been with us for about 4.5 years, but this creator now has almost 5,000 videos on the channel. That includes streams, that includes shorts. We'll look at all of them. I'm just going to grab the latest video. He updates his about section to let us know what he's going to be playing more than anything else. And Fortnite is something that's been predominant on the channel lately, if that makes sense, or prominent on the channel. When we look at his live streams, this is really interesting. He's been doing these dual live streams where he's got one that will be horizontal and one that will be vertical while he plays Fortnite on Android, which is really, really cool. And hopefully everybody will join him for those. It's been a while. When did I catch him? Yeah, just a few days ago. But you can see what I mean. He streams so often, it's tough to keep up with this creator. He's got some shorts here that have done well, getting into 10,000 views and beyond, which is great to see. So let me show you Chris's Clever Craft, where he has an interesting property and brings us both inside and outside for a look around, stories to be told, lots of do-it-yourself videos, and even some bartering where he's trading work for a car, if you can believe that. And this creator has some shorts on the channel as well. One of these is still getting views at 22,000. Which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. Those are an experiment over here, but we'll see if he's going to bring those back. We've got the notification bell on for every single channel. Slice Life Gaming, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming back in. Trekking On with Deb and Mike is still here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everyone's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Butler Family Farm, everybody's BFF, is coming up. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So Butler Family Farm is going to bring us 116 acres of homesteading goodness, and they literally show us everything it takes to look after 116 acres of property, including the livestock. We've got bees on the channel in the good weather months, and then they've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, and much more. Jerry and Susan share the videos and camera work on the channel. The last video I watched this morning was a cool ice tool that they've got, and this is something I literally commented on it. I do a little bit of outdoor work as well. The idea of, if you have to clear ice from anywhere, you don't want your hands to freeze. You're going to destroy your gloves and everything else. And they've got a cool way of looking after that. As well, Jerry might be in the shop working with a lot of wood. He's got a woodworking series. They might bring us into the home and into the kitchen as well. And then Jerry and Susan together go live every Monday on their channel, often with StreamYard panels or with different creators. They get into meetups where they literally head out on the road. As a matter of fact, sometimes they're filming 80 channels worth of videos and supporters at these larger meetups, and lots of guests. You'll meet lots of friends on their channel. I've joined them a couple of times, and like I said, they're live every Monday, and then shorts on the channel as well. They've used the promotion system to move the channel. They're getting close to 43,000 subscribers now. They've got some shorts that have done well, though, at 10,000, 12,000, one at 51,000. That one's still getting views, which is great to see. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm. They're here with us every day. They have been for years. And Jerry and Susan, like I said, together give us a great chance to get to know them. They share the camera work and the video work on the channel, and they bring us both indoors and outdoors, as well as on the road. Raymond Tacular forever. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And we'll spin the wheel. Uh-oh. Spin the wheel. I thought I lost my wheel for a second in the background here. And then, yeah, homesteader meetups are interesting. I like meeting some of the creators that we don't always get to see when these guys are meeting up in person. Some of us have a very small meetup happening in Toronto next week. I'm going to meet up with Rambling with the Brooms, Just Jason Keto, and more. Kristen Welton's going to come with me. And then we'll see who else is going to be there, maybe another creator or two. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then next up is Crystal Sparkle. So this creator came into the Tuberchat family with just a ton of energy, enthusiasm. She's inspired other creators, and is somebody who's very excited about the Vlogmas series that a lot of creators get involved in, and then she did a lot of this herself. She's got another video coming up. That's today at 8 p.m. So we know right after Tuberchat, within a couple of hours, about 2 hours from now, there's going to be fresh content over there. There's It's Me, Alec. They're in and out of the chat, but I'll get them back onto the wheel now. Crystal Sparkle's working on 1,500 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. This creator always engages conversation in the chat, for which I'm grateful whenever we do that. Whenever we engage true conversation in somebody else's live chat, we're doing them a great service, sending true engagement signals into the YouTube algorithm to let it know that there is engaging content for us to talk about here. Then when we look at what she's got going on the channel outside of Vlogmas, a lot of conventions. She heads out to a lot of cosplay and My Little Pony themed conventions that bring us a lot of live performances, charity auctions, and a great look at a lot of positivity, to be honest with you. When we look at live streams, we see that they're live occasionally, but they go either outdoors for adventures or indoors for a lot of these events. They brought us a special New Year's video from something I hadn't seen before, and that's worth watching 100%. If you haven't ever experienced, which I have not, but if you haven't ever experienced New Year's in Wisconsin, Crystal Sparkle gives us an idea of what that's like. And then shorts on the channel have gotten into 3,100, 3,300, and then 18,000 on one of these shorts videos, which is great to see. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up. And then thanks so much, Lewis Acre Farm Karma. And Helen, Georgia. Yeah, I might not even be familiar with the city if you hadn't said it. PK Adventure Travels. I got family in Atlanta. I'd love to get down there. March is a little bit too soon for me, probably. A group meeting up in March. What I've been saying is I'm hoping this year, by the time the weather gets good, I might start crossing the border. I haven't been over in a long time, but we'll see. But it would be great. I have this vision of doing a long trip throughout the United States, literally going back and forth, zigzagging through almost every state. We got lots and lots of friends to meet up with. B&J's Homestead Adventure is coming up. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Yes, Kaiser Gaming YT. More and more. I don't usually speak very politically here, but the way that Canada has been handled for the last long while. I don't think there's any truth in the threats that a lot of the news are putting together about tariffs and making Canada the 51st state and all that stuff. But I promise you, if they extend the olive branch and say you can have dual citizenship down here, I will be first in line. And then, I've been lucky to spend a lot of time in the States, and I always enjoy my time there. I might even be looking into that stuff. In a few years from now, I'm going to be starting to look very seriously at the snowbird idea. A lot of Canadians buy property in the United States or rent, where what they do is spend 6 months out of the year in the United States. I had family that did that. My grandparents were snowbirds, and I got to visit Daytona Beach because of that when I was very, very young. And then they spend the colder weather months, the colder weather months they spend in Florida, and then they come back to Canada for the summers. We have hot summers and cold winters here. But you can stay, as far as I understand, 1 day short of 6 months outside the country. They're trying to extend that to 8 months. So we'll see. Maybe this administration will be the one to do it. I don't know. And then when I go somewhere else, yes, I think about any city with a cruise port. That's what I think about. When I see some of our travel friends, Bill from Warmstrong Adventures, talking about going on more than 40 cruises, I'm like, wow, if you live there and you could literally like Uber your way to the cruise port, wouldn't it be wonderful? That means $1,000 cruise actually costs $1,000, not thousands of dollars like it does for us in Canada, because we got to think about flights, we got to think about hotels back and forth. But we'll have to see about that kind of thing. P&J's Homestead Adventure is up on the screen right now. So they bring a lot of homesteading content like we would expect. They get involved in a lot of collaboration. So we get a lot of outdoor content, a little bit of indoor content. And then one of the videos I wanted to show everybody today is a shorts video that I just watched. And this has to do with changing the thumbnail on your shorts video. YouTube's gone back and forth with this a little bit as to whether we can, whether we can't, how you can get to it. They will show you here, but if you're using YouTube on a phone, just with the YouTube app, you don't need YouTube Studio or anything for this, you will be able to change the thumbnail on your short. While I was watching their video this morning, I literally changed the thumbnail on one of my shorts to make sure. First of all, it works on iPhone because they're on Android. And then, first of all, to make sure that it actually works the way they're saying. And sure enough, yes. So very informative. Paula and Jason over here. And hopefully everybody will connect with them. They've got a live stream. We'll see if they're going to bring out more of these. But they post frequently as well. We can see that usually at least once a week. 962 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 1,000. It's an exciting and important milestone for everybody, of course. Just Jason Keto and more's coming up. We're going to take another break, but we'll make this a quick one. We'll just go for 3.5 minutes, then we'll come right back.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen. With loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.
Hopefully everybody enjoys that track that was made by our dear friend Jake Huston. He did dozens of those for a lot of his biggest supporters, and many of them we know. And then Just Jason Keto and More is coming up right now. So we'll see what this fellow Canadian has got on his channel. I'm going to meet up with him in real life, likely again next weekend with Kristen Welton, Rambling with the Brooms, and possibly another couple of creators. I've actually met up with Jason a couple of times already. Now, he cares very much about the YouTube journey, his audience, those of us in the Tuber Chat family, and the idea of healthy eating and healthy living, the welfare and well-being of everyone in general. You'll get that idea when you get to his channel. He's got a lot of help, a vibrant community that also motivates and inspires, especially when we join him for live chats and premieres and live streams where they will talk about if we have questions and comments. He's got a lot of people that will come and chime in and give their life experience. He's got a lot of guests on the channel as well. We saw Kendra from Consume the Goodness earlier. He does a lot of videos and live streams where he's got people sharing their knowledge, their life experiences, and then he'll head out hundreds of miles away to places like Ketopalooza to bring us more informative content. Once in a while he brings us something different, like a GoPro unboxing or an outdoor adventure. But he's known for tons and tons of recipes. Literally got to be getting into hundreds right now. He's hinting about a cookbook that might be coming from the channel this year. And a lot of product reviews as well that can give us some insight about a lot of the ingredients we're going to find or use. What I like about Jason's recipes is they only feature a few ingredients, always easy, literally simple to make. And then he's got a lot of shorts on the channel that give us a hint about healthy looking grilling shorts that have done really well. 5,000, 6,000, 22,000. I've seen this one. It's entertaining too, actually. And then live streams on the channel. So there's Kendra again. He's got lots of guests you can see that join him for these live streams. Sometimes it's Jason giving us updates, a chance to get to know him and a chance to talk about a keto-based diet or lifestyle. Once in a while, he brings us a special cook-along live stream or something a little bit different, like a chance to get to know some of the supportive creators that are out there, like this homesteading hangout. Hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto and More. We'd love to push him towards the 4,600 subscribers we know that he's thinking about now. It's interesting because his latest video is just flying now at 19,000 views. So I'll have to ask him about why exactly he thinks that is. He knows well enough the analytics and things like that to be able to tell. But this video, I think we saw it the other day at 10,000, which is great to see. So, you know, sometimes it really is just the consistency that helps. When we post a video a week, when we do a little bit of not the same thing, but he's done quite a few of these chaffle recipes. That's probably number 81 or 82, something like that. And it's not a surprise. I think the thumbnail here is very well done. I think it gives a perfect professional look to those chaffles. They look like they were photographed professionally, in my opinion, and I think the text on the thumbnail was just done in a perfect way. But I could be wrong as to whether that is a catalyst into why this video is doing so well, but just Jason Keto and more will let us know. And hopefully everybody will connect with him, push him towards that 4,600 that we're thinking about. Kaiser Gaming YT, thank you so much for the super chat again. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. He's done that countless times before. And then Handicapped Travelers is coming up right now with a couple of channels. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Patrick Hollick, good to see you in the house. That's another longtime friend. Patch the Retro Gamer's been with us for years as well. Good to see you in the house. Handicapped Travelers brings us two different channels and a chance to get to know them if we hang out for some live streams. These happen occasionally, but they got one coming up at the end of the month. Their videos feature a lot of travel with a certain perspective. You get that idea when you get to the About page and read through what they're expecting to bring us. This was a different kind of video where they do a product review, which I thought was really cool. When we think about pest control, they made a good point because they responded to my comment just mentioning the idea that when it comes to pest control, we don't always want to kill everything, you know what I mean? And at the same time, we just want to keep them away from the things that can be destroyed. You know what I mean? If we think about mice and, you know, other things like that, not exactly spiders and bugs and stuff. But there's lots of pest control products out there. I've actually been involved in a pest control product review, just filming it. There's a lot of that stuff out there, but I didn't know there was such a thing. And it's interesting for anybody, especially if you got any trouble with mice and stuff like that, that you want to look after. That was a really cool idea, and they did a thorough job with the video as well. But that's just one aspect of what they bring. A lot of indoor and outdoor content here. Some of the shorts have done well, 2,600 views on a couple of these, and then some interesting, you've got more snow than we've had so far in Niagara Falls in Canada. When we look at live streams, like I said, they do these frequently, usually at least once a month, so we'll be looking forward to another one later this month and a chance to get to know them. Hopefully everybody will connect. And Handicapped Traveler has been with us frequently lately. I'll show you their second channel, Sir Dank for Jesus. This is where they bring spiritual inspiration. You get an idea as soon as you get to the videos here, but I'm just going to grab the latest one, put that in my catch-up list. That gives me a chance to keep or get caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I often split my time between Toronto and Niagara Falls. I grew up in Toronto. I still work there a bit, but I live in Niagara Falls in Ontario. They're about just over an hour from each other. And last year, it was remarkable for me. Somehow, the snow seemed to fall wherever I was not, so I missed it all the time. When I'd go to Toronto, it would snow in Niagara Falls, and when I'd come back, I literally only had to shovel one time. So we'll see what's going to happen, because we're just entering the real snow season now, and we'll see how that's going to affect us. We had a small bit last night, but it melted in the morning. It's Me Alec is here with 151 subscribers, a very enthusiastic creator. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos. I'll put that in my catch-up list right now. This creator does a lot of live streaming, but they've got a few shorts here as well. 240, 430 views and beyond, so hopefully they'll have 500 soon. And then live streams, like I said, they're on frequently. And this creator's reset and restarted their channel and mixed up their content many times. But It's Me Alec's been a friend for many years. And then let's spin the wheel and we'll get another channel up on the screen. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. It looks like we're starting to get some more videos from the Groves Bargain Emporium. This is Steph, and they got 247 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the 300 we know they must be thinking about. I'm just going to grab their latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to get caught up with creators. They've got a shorts video here, so those have started, but this is where the magic happens on this channel. Live streaming, where they do live sales or live auction type ideas. And this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the stream today, where this kind of thing is getting really, really popular now. We've got a few friends that have been doing this kind of thing on YouTube for a while, but now they've got platforms coming up specifically dedicated to live shopping, like Whatnot is a popular app now already, and I'm thinking about looking into that. But we got lots of friends that are doing these. They can be very exciting. And a lot of fun. They have conversation in between the different products that they show, but it's almost like our friends are doing their own version of like a home shopping network kind of idea, which is really cool. So the Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph, hopefully everybody will connect with, and then Susie Woozy's coming up right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then maybe there's something in the force of the universe today. We're coming full circle. The first channel that we looked at today was Dawn Southern Finds, and this is where we met our friend Susie Woozy now, who's been with us a couple of times. So as Pete says, yes, maybe we're saving the best for last today. And Susie Woozy, somebody I've got to get to know, but we've seen her many times on Dawn's channel. Obviously, both dynamic creators. I've really enjoyed the time that I've spent there the last couple of live streams. I mean, they get along well, but they got a vibrant community between them as well. And then videos on the channel I'm still getting to know. These are quite short, and when we're connecting with a creator, we want to make sure we're watching videos that are 3 minutes or longer if possible. I also recommend watching more than one or two. So you might want to do that when you get to this channel, although Susie Woozy does have one video here over 3 minutes. It's perfect to connect to, and as I pulled the channel up, you see that I'm subscribed. So obviously that's enough to hold our subscription together. And then shorts on the channel here have gotten into 2,600 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they're going to have interesting conversations every time we're over there. But like I said, you can see that they get along really well, and a vibrant community they both have in their live chats. So hopefully everybody will connect with Susie Woozy, and then we're going to look at Elfish Tanks that just came in. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Patrick Hollett has an interesting video that they've uploaded, and then Susie Woozy says they're going to start a crafting channel, so I guess that's going to be a collaboration between the two of you. And then Elfish Tanks is here. So we'll have a quick look at this channel. Thank you everybody for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every time we stream multiple times a week, so I really do appreciate every moment. Some of our friends leave the stream running in the background while they're working or lurking or different things, and I appreciate that as well. Thank you to our moderators. I know everybody realizes these live streams couldn't be what they are if it wasn't for the help of our loyal and dedicated moderators. And then Elfish Tanks is here with 335 subscribers right now. This is a channel I'm still getting to know. I'm going to grab one of their latest videos on Lake Erie here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them a little bit. It's just a fun name for a playlist I use. And then Shorts on the channel have gotten into 5,400, 5,800, 8,700. My, does that snow ever look like something else that they've got here? Live streams on the channel. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these soon. It looks like they're doing these frequently. They just did one yesterday. They're doing them a couple times a week, and they've got lots of friends joining them on StreamYard panels, so I'll look forward to that. And then forgive me for the channels that we did not get to today. We try to do as much as we can in 3 hours. We'll be back again. I think right now we're aiming for Tuesday. The next few streams are already posted. And in about 2 weeks from now, episode 800 of Tuber Chat is coming up. We literally have been here 800 times, close to it. So we hope we'll see everybody there, and we'll see everybody again soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.